Now I go to specific points raised by honourable members because I would like to answer them. I'm not going to get into greater details of other things which govern the macroeconomic situation. The first speaker, Elamaram Karimji, had raised few things which I think were not based on facts. I would want to correct them. He spoke about bank checks. I would like to say there is no GST on withdrawal of cash from bank. There's no GST, please. And today, on very many things, I will say there is no that. On the GST, sir, because the more I listen, I'm worried that I'm coming, one after the other. More I listen to issues related to GST, I have a concern that probably information is not reaching, the right information is not reaching, and as a result, there's quite a lot of misconception. And I would today attempt to clear some of these misconceptions. So that was, first of all, no GST on withdrawal. Specifically on the checkbooks, GST has been imposed on the bank checkbooks when banks buy it from the printers of the checkbooks, because banks will have to buy it in bulk. And from them, when they obtain it, because banks don't print their checkbooks, they buy it and from the printers. And the printers, after all, for the paper, after all, for the machine, after all, for many other things that they have, and the services that they are paying GST for those inputs with which they manufacture the checkbook and supply to the banks. So for them, there is a tax GST because they already are paying input tax for many of these items. So the stream till the consumer, because it's a consumption-based tax, will have to keep settling tax dues at every level. So that is what is before you, Honourable Member Karim. So I want you to kindly take into cognizance that as regards the consumer or the bank client who takes the money, withdraws the money, there is no charge on him. It is a bank which purchases from the printer for whom there is a GST. Otherwise, the bank will end up having to the printer will end up with at a lesser cost he gives the banks, and the input tax credits will get accumulated. And I elaborate on the fact that the bank, when you go withdraw cash, 5 free transactions from your own bank's ATM and 5 from an ATM of a different bank you can draw without any charge. They are free transactions, so 10 in total. And in 3 banks, I think transactions are limited to 3 and not 5 because in 6 metro cities there are difficulties, and instead of 5 they give for 3. However, for small, no frills, basic saving bank deposit accounts, which are what the common small and middle class families use, they are still permitted to 5 free transactions even in metro cities. So 5 plus 5, 10 transactions in a month is totally free when you draw it from your ATM. So let's please not be led by misinformation.